Where am I? Here I am. Hard to believe after 204 episodes. Can't figure out how to get out of my intro and into my show flow. But here I am, 205 episodes into this struggle to learn more about my collection. It's not a struggle, it's fun, but it sure does take a commitment and, a belief that learning is better than earning when it comes to collecting baseball cards and stuff. For 1970, we are 1970 Topps posters inserts, but for the football folks there. And this is a little bit different than the baseball one. And I commend Topps for making this happen. Well, maybe I'll opine here in a few, but I have 24 of these, which I believe is the entire fleet of these bad boys. 24 total, $4.85 average value, $116.50 total value. Set of these will run you between $60 and $100. Not too expensive, according to the folks there at Beckett. This insert set of 24 folded thin paper posters was issued in the 1970 Topps regular football card issue. The posters are approximately 8 inches by 10 inches and were inserted in wax packs along with the 1970 Topps regular issue second series football cards. The posters are blank backed. They're second series. You have your glossies in the first, you have your posters in the second. So well done, Topps. And of course, you fold these things once, twice, and you're ready to go. But once you unfold them, the urge to pierce them with 4 thumbtacks was probably undeniable. So a lot of these did not survive in the best of condition. I do keep these in my top loaders as well because, again, I like to look at my stuff. That's why I have so many mirrors in my bathroom. TCDB tells us that these 24 1970 Topps posters are just beautiful to look at. And we'll get into those in a minute. Colts, Bears, Bengals, Browns, Cowboys, Lions, Chiefs, Rams, Dolphins, Vikings, Raiders, Chargers, Cardinals. So not everybody made the cut. Talking to you, Washington. Talking to you, New York. Talking to you, Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, I'm also talking to the folks in Philadelphia. Errors and variations, there are none listed. Hall of Famers, there are 19 out of 24, so that's a pretty big deal. Sayers, Bell, Brown, Eller, Mack, Jones, Robinson, Stenerud, Butkus, Barney, Wilson, Hickerson, Allworth, Olson, Lilly, Tingelhoff, Warfield, Howley, and Bob Brown. These are inserts already. Comments, there are none submitted to TCDB. Trivia, no trivia has been added either. The packaging is the Series 2 packages, of course, in the Topps football regular run. Let's look at the gallery. These are beautiful, blank backed, but you can clearly see that they are artists' renditions or an artist rendition of posters. It does have the poster number at the bottom right. Number 1 in a series of 24 is the Gale Sayers of the Chicago Bears doing some nasty stuff to the 49ers from out west. TCG printed in USA. So no action photos back then, not a lot, especially football. Imagine trying to capture these folks that weren't Frank Howard running the first base with film, with color film, and then trying to transpose that to card form. Couldn't do it yet. So they chose to depict the players, the greats of the day, in artistic form. And Bobby Bell, the Kansas City Chiefs, is tackling a Green Bay Packer carrying the ball who's wearing number 52. So I can't figure that out. Maybe somebody can help me with that. Roman Gabriel, number 18, against looks like the Jets there. Jim Tyrer, a tragic story, is a offensive lineman with the Kansas City Chiefs blocking what appears to be a New Orleans Saint with, I think, Len Dawson in the background, getting ready to count out somebody on the mat. Willie Brown is breaking up a catch, an attempted catch by a player midair, and he is almost coming out of the poster at you. Pretty impressive. Carl Eller, number 81, defensive lineman. Fun number there. He's tackling a wayward Oakland Raider. Tom Mack, of the Los Angeles Rams is somewhere in the middle of the scrum on the line, I believe, against possibly the Atlanta Falcons. Deacon Jones, he's the sack master of the Los Angeles Rams. He's coming out of the line and pushing what looks like a Philadelphia Eagle back the other way. Johnny Robinson of the Kansas City Chiefs is catching a football, missing or avoiding a tackle by a Houston Oiler. Jan Stenerud is kicking the ball through the uprights. Again, no logos depicted on these helmets. We were warned about that. Dick Butkus deflecting a ball in midair against a player whose team I cannot identify. Lem Barney against the Vikings, snagging a ball there for the Lions. David Lee is karate chopping a player that perhaps is a Falcon, but he's not karate chopping. I'm sorry. There was a number 7. He's holding the football for him, and he's kicking it through the uprights. He's left-footed, so never trust somebody who's left-footed. Larry Wilson of the St. Louis Cardinals. I don't know what's going on there, folks. Larry Wilson is tackling somebody, I guess. Larry Wilson, number 8 with the St. Louis Cardinals. Gene Hickerson with the Browns is getting a forearm shiver from a Patriots player, but probably shaking it off and enjoying a smelling salt in the very near future. Lance Allworth catching the ball like he always does against the Denver Broncos. Beautiful in-action portrait of him there. Merlin Olsen from Little House on the Prairie is ducking, diving, and jiving around a offensive lineman from the Oakland Raiders. 84, Bob Trumpy of the Cincinnati Bengals. So the Bengals had their numbers on the helmets, and therefore we're not in violation of NFL copyright rules right there. Bob Lilly with the Cowboys is blocking a Green Bay Packer there. Mick Tingelhoff is getting a ball hiked to him and then running with it or offering it up as a gesture of goodwill to whomever may be rushing into the backfield. Calvin Hill, father of Grant Hill of the Dallas Cowboys, is running over number 47 from probably the Bears. And Paul Warfield of the Dolphins tackled by a Green Bay Packer. And the problem I have with this card is that both teams are wearing white jerseys. So I'm not quite sure if that would ever have been allowed. Chuck Howley of the Dallas Cowboys tackling somebody from a team that doesn't matter. Bob Brown of Los Angeles Rams is blocking somebody from the Cincinnati Bengals because the Cincinnati Bengals clearly had their numbers on their helmets. So that's me running through the 1970 Topps posters football set, inserts in series 2 of the regular packs. Back when inserts were fun, and looking back on them 50 plus years later, I can still say they're fun to look at. Not quite sure we'll be able to say the same about a Kyle Schwarber napkin in the future, but hey, to each their own. Basement Tapes number 205.